I think that the answer is what we know is the market we're in right now. And to think about what's going on in the future is to work on your business right now, which would mean work on your database, continue with your database, keep in touch with your database. And when the market shifts, however it shifts, you talk to your database about how it's shifting. And to worry about the future and worry about where it is a year from now is not, you can strategize for where you want your business to be a year from now or 2 years from now, but you need to have your systems in place to work your systems today so that you can take advantage of it when the market changes, however it changes.
Love that. Love it.
So I agree with Lydia. It really comes back to relationships. And we're going to have to really strengthen those relationships, and that's all done through our database and really make sure that we're connecting with people. When the market slows, that's when expertise and experience becomes a lot more important. Right now, you can list with anybody, put it on the MLS, and have multiple offers. When the market slows, it goes back to experience. So we have to really be working on our skills right now, because right now, if you say, well, it's not so hard, it's easy, I can fly by, you're not going to be able to when the market gets tougher. So, and if you wait for a year to start working on your skills, you're going to miss the boat and you're going to be trying to catch up. So work now. We're starting off with Ignite classes that are coming out. Make sure you get to those and you really understand the market, understand lending, understand escrow. You really have to become the expert, and that's when they're going to need us more. And the last thing is going to be our stats. Because if less homes are selling or homes are selling at a lower price, it all comes down to price. And you're going to have to really be able to explain to the client that, hey, you want 800, right now the market's at 770, and you wait, it could be at 750. We can't go 810 and hope the market's going to come up. So it's going to come back to skills, scripts, and your stats.
David.
Yeah, and one of the key things that I think is working your schedule and don't follow off that schedule. You got to really prospect on a daily basis. Set a number, set a goal. Our number is 300 a month, or 300 a week. 300 a month, that would be easy. 300 a week, which is if you go out there and do it, people thought 100 was tough. You got to go to 300 almost at this point, from how little work I'm seeing out there. And the more you call, the more, this is a contact sport. That's all it's about, is go out there and get contacts. Contact people, talk to people that haven't met. And on top of that, what these two said right here, which is your database is your key. And you really got to contact your database, keep them informed, keep them knowing what's going on. And the one thing that you said, Lydia, that's so true is if you have 1 foot in tomorrow and 1 foot in yesterday, you know what you're doing on today, right?
Panicking.
Crapping on today. When you're just stepping on, when you got 1 foot back and 1 foot forward, you're forgetting about today. And it's all about being in the today and being in the now and just work the systems. We have it here.
If you don't have business today and you are thinking about the future, find your revenue stream. Look outside what everybody talks about in the office. Everybody talks about door knocking. Everybody talks about sending out postcards. And those are kind of the traditional things. But think about different things. Where could you generate business from outside this office? Outside, going to Little League games, going to church, hanging out at the bowling alley. Think about where you can get business from. Your CPAs, your attorneys, other people out there that you do business with can help you. They really can. And the other side of it would be, too, is if you're focusing in a year from now gaining more business and what would happen if the market changed, come to Keller Williams. And I say that, those that attended both rave about that. We're starting up Ignite here shortly. You've got a faculty of teachers here that are phenomenal. Come to the classes. Hang out more here in the office. A lot of people come and go. I hang out, I walk the hallways. I interact with a lot of you. I have a lot of conversations with you. I hear your war stories. I hear your victories. I hear your losses. But I learn from all of you. And there's so many people that just kind of come and go, and to be in the office more, to come to Ignite, I think it's we're the only company that offers it. Your clients are looking, I'll finish what I always finish with, they're looking for trust and knowledge. Do they trust you and do you have knowledge? The reason I came here is because I trust our management. And we have a wealth of knowledge in this company. Nobody offers the curriculum that we have. Nobody offers bowl. Get in the game. Come here, hang out, talk to other agents, interact. You'll learn so much from your peers.
Who has any comments or anything about what the panel said? Anyone have any questions?
Terry, I have a question.
Uh-huh.
The forecast, is it a short sale market again, REO?
He didn't say. He just expects, Gary is all research based. And what he's showing, and his graph showed it, is that we've been steady. Our market has been steady, and the trend is that the markets will change. And the only reason that Gary says this is not so people walk and live in fear. That's not what life is about, guys. If you walk and live in fear, you're never going to be successful. It's really walking and living in faith and understanding what you need to do in business today to allow yourself to have that business model of the future. And
Can I address that?
Yeah,
also?
go ahead.
I mean, one of the things that he did say was, look, real estate's in cycles. And if you've been in business as long as he has, you've seen it go up and down. And unfortunately, the last cycle went on for so long that we all thought, oh, it's never going to go down. So we are going to come down. It's not going to be like last time unless we have a complete collapse, which they're not anticipating. Obviously, anyone who's gone into the market and bought a house, the rules have been so strict, we didn't make up our incomes, so people can qualify, can make their payments. So as long as they don't lose their jobs, we're going to be fine. So it's not going to be a short sale market, but the market is going to correct. When interest rate, the reason prices are as high as they are is because interest rates are under 4%. Rates are going to move to 5 to 6 over the next 2 to 3 years, and that's going to have an impact. I say it's going to have an impact on the West Coast and the East Coast, where we're all maxed out. We can't go any higher. We're maxing our people out. You're in the Midwest and you're paying 20%. Great. Now you got to put down 25% of your income to qualify. It's not going to be as important to them. They still have more room. We have no more room. So when rates go up and your client's qualified for 7, and now he's qualified for 650 or 640, that's going to affect prices. Now, I think this area is going to become more of an elitist area, unfortunately, and that you and I may not be able to afford it, but other people will be able to afford the area. People are going to move out here because of our schools. We're seeing a big influx from the valley that people don't want to pay for private school. And we're not building, all the buildings at really high end. So we have a shortage of houses. So this area will always outperform the market. It's just going to be who can afford to live out here.
Mark, I have a question.
Okay.
A few weeks, a month or so ago, you were talking about some business that was coming into our area. Would you repeat that?
Okay, so one of the things they were talking about, all the businesses that are coming into the Santa Monica, Playa del Rey area, because Silicon Valley realizes the future is going to be tied to Hollywood, and that all the gaming and everything is going to be with the studios, and they're opening up places left and right. And in fact, Terry was talking about last night that in Santa Monica, you're seeing multiple offers, 20 offers on every single property. And she has someone who's she's going to sell them a house out here, or she's going to sell their house here if they can find something. They didn't want to go above $1 million. Now they're for a 1,400 square foot place. They're up to 1.7 now, and they didn't get it.
The property was listed at 1.4. They came in at 1.7 plus $1. And somebody overbid them by $25,000.
Wow.
Okay, so you want to live on the west side now and be by the ocean. It's extremely expensive. Okay, and there was an article I think in Sunday's LA Times talking about it's been only the top Silicon people buying all the trophy properties, and that's changing. It's all these high tech people that are making tons of money that are coming down here and buying up properties left and right along the coast. So if you can't buy a house for $1.7 million and end up with 1,500 square feet. Wow, you can get a beautiful Morrison here for 4,000 square feet for $1.5 million. So it's going to be a bargain. So people are going to come here, and they're not going to have a choice. So If you're in the market, you're in the business, you're gonna be able to make a lot of money, but we gotta explain to people what's happening and we have to be aware of the market.
Anyone on the panel, you guys wanna say anything else? Finish up?
Well, I think what everybody is saying is right now we're in an extremely hot market, right? Google and Yahoo is what they're referring to about all the land in Playa Vista that's making the West Side grow. We're seeing multiple offers here because interest rates are low and inventory is low. And what we need to do right today is educate our buyers and let them know why it's going strong. Interest rates are low. I think the forecast is interest rates are going to continue to stay low throughout the year. So if you've been reading what the financial markets are saying, the panic about interest rates going up isn't going to happen. And I don't see an influx in inventory. I see good inventory still getting multiple offers. So today, if you're wanting to do business today, it's get out and learn the inventory. Get out and see what things are selling so you can educate your buyers and educate your sellers. Because there's too many agents out there who don't know the inventory and that aren't educating their clients. So to do business today, you got to know your inventory, you got to know what's going on, and you got to know the market. To do inventory for the long term, you got to create your systems today, which is your database. And the market will go up, we'll see NODs, we'll see short sales, whatever will come to us, and you'll be prepared. But we can't really forecast the future. What you can do is work on your business today.
The other thing I was going to say, Gary Keller says to go out and get your unfair share. So every day you wake up, you put that in your head. Go get your unfair share of this business. Everyone can do it. I mean, this man 2.5 years ago taught me that he was the top agent of Agura, and he only had 5% of the market share. And, there's 95% more to go get. So, we're the top company. Go get it.
One thing that Lydia said, I mean, right now with this market, and I mean, we're seeing multiple offers, and I know Helene and our team is just going nuts. She's writing offers, she's working really hard, and we're not getting deals done because the clients aren't willing to go up that high. They can't afford to go that high for whatever reason. This market is not going to be for wimps. You have, like Lydia said, you have to know the market and know the stats. And if you're being Mr. and Mrs. Nice Guy, oh yeah, the house is at 750. Maybe we can go in at 755. No, that's not going to take it. I mean, it's going to be, hey, we got to go 775, and we may have to go to 8 to get you guys a house. And we're going to either get you a house today for 8, or you're going to be paying $850 tomorrow. I mean, if we were in Santa Monica, 20 offers, and it's risen 500,000 in a month. I mean, if this market continues this way and the inventory doesn't pick up, we had to really explain, do you guys really want a house and do you want to get in at these record low interest rates? And they expect you to be experts. And if you're being a wimp about it, and they keep losing deals, you're not going to be the expert, and they're going to find someone else who can get them a house. So we got to learn our scripts and dialogues and get a little more backbone. So when we sit down with our clients, we can tell them the truth about what's really going on out there.
Marcy.
I have a question. So in terms of when homes get overbid, how are you explaining when it's not appraising?
There's no appraisals down there. They waive the appraisal and it's all cash. If you
Right.
don't have cash down there, you can't buy a house.
Well,
But
even
that's up there.
when they waived the appraisal, we just had one where they did waive the appraisal, but they were, as part of it, as being a contingency. That the appraisal was still done to get the loan, even though they were going in at 50% down. And at the last minute, they reappraised, and it came in about $65,000 less than what our clients were paying, which they knew the appraisal was not part of the, a contingency. But is anybody else finding that happening when?
Go ahead, Marcy.
I mean, again, we're getting our properties to appraise because we're really sitting down with. I mean, I am meeting every single appraiser out at the house. I'm giving them the multiple offers. I'm explaining. I'm having a list of everything the sellers have done to the house in the last 5 years with prices and really explaining. And I can tell you, we've gotten all of our listings to appraise, and we've sold some pretty high. On the buyer side, the agents aren't doing it, and they're not appraising, and the sellers are having to lower their prices, or the buyers have to put in extra cash. So make sure someone's out there and really doing their homework and explaining what's going in the market. Do not leave it to chance, otherwise you're scrambling at the last minute to go find another house. And when we've had this market before, unfortunately, if your client's putting down 10%, he's probably not going to get a house. I mean, that's the reality. You better go talk to your parents and see. I mean, I had a client 5 years ago. We wrote all these offers and lost. Finally went to his parents and they said, this is crazy. And his parents gifted him 10%, so he could put down 20%, and we can get him a house. I mean, this is the reality of where the market is. You can't buy a house unless you have cash. So we got to look somewhere else, or we got to go in quickly and make a great offer before there's 4 more offers that are paying cash and bidding the house up. So you got to be bolder if you have limitations in how much you can put down and grab a house.
Good, guys, anything else? All right, well, thank you so much, you guys. Thank you.